I think the best thing would be to start with a job.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
She needs a job. And I think it would be great if you volunteered some more at the soup kitchen. You could do some great volunteer work down there.
I did that.
No.
I started with a babysitter. I think my first job was at IHOP.
Well, you don't pay me to babysit. She makes me babysit for free.
She doesn't need a job babysitting. She needs a job in the world.
No.
She doesn't need a job at
Absolutely
home.
not.
She needs a job in the world.
Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from TikTok. Alimony. When women get alimony, it's okay, but when they have to pay, it's a big problem. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
You guys married? You guys aren't married? You're got 1 foot in the grave. What are you doing? You guys aren't married? You lost in a divorce? Oh, shit. This guy sounds like a bum. Or you have a fire-ass lawyer, huh? How much did you lose?
120
Guys,
grand.
make some noise for equality. Woo, 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 woo. Make some noise. That's karma. That's karma. Yeah, don't you love equality? You wanted it. You hoes wanted it. Yeah. Hope you don't mind losing half, baby.
Men don't take alimony because of their pride, unless the wife is a celebrity. That's when the alimony can be thousands and thousands of dollars. But if it's an insignificant amount, which it usually is for the middle class and middle upper class, then I've seen it in my practice where the husband will say, I don't want to pay taxes on the alimony, and therefore I don't want the alimony. Men don't take alimony because of I make $75,000 a year and my wife makes $250. I shouldn't have to give her anything. I went to school while he sat around. Why should I pay him anything? I'm the wife. He should be paying me. You have to pay him $3,000 a month in alimony. Just because you're a woman does not mean that you don't pay alimony. You make more money than him, so he gets the $3,000 to keep up with his lifestyle. That's not fair. Thanks, Judge. I never would have known without Attorney Jafari. I make $75,000 a year.
Who had to pay their ex-husbands. 9. Halle Berry,
She was right when it said
$8,000 a
celebrities
month.
only.
Berry's marriage to Olivia Martinez lasted just 2 years, but the two couldn't reach an agreement for 8 years. Only in 2023 was the matter finally settled. Berry will pay Martinez $8,000 in child support. They'll share joint custody of their 9-year-old son, Maceo. In addition, Berry will pay him 4.3% of any income she
Dang, they have 50-50 custody, and she still pays him $8K plus anything above $2 million that she earns. Holy shit!
receives, above $2 million. 8. Britney Spears, $20,000 a month.
Woo!
Britney and Kevin Federline divorced in 2007. The same year, she lost custody of their children. Spears was ordered to pay him monthly child support. She also had to cover tuition fees, school costs, and extracurricular activities. In 2018, Federline sued for more. He demanded the monthly payments be raised to $60,000.
Alright. Federline's a bit of an asshole, but get your bag, man, I guess.
The matter was resolved out of court. 7. Mary J. Blige, $30,000 a month.
Woo.
Blige's marriage to Martin Kendu Isaacs ended in a bitter divorce. He asked for $130,000 a month, plus child support payments. His children are from a previous marriage. Isaacs had cheated on Blige and lied to her.
I like this particular one because this is probably what happens with majority of men that are wealthy. Their wife cheats on them and then asks for high amounts of alimony.
Yet the judge sided with him. Still, the amount was lowered and no child support was authorized. 6. Mel B, $40,000 a month. Mel and
Jesus.
Stephen Belafonte were married for 10 years. The two shared a daughter together. Brown filed for divorce in 2020. Mel accused him of domestic violence. She said she feared he might kill her. Eventually, a judge ordered her to pay alimony to Belafonte. Mel also had to cover $140,000 in legal fees.
This is why women never seem to understand that there's legal fees. A lot of women seem to think like a lot of lawyers take pro bono cases when it comes to divorces and stuff. It's like, no, they don't. They're only giving you pro bono because they're going to go after that money off of the husband.
5. Candace Parker, $400,000. Parker was married to former NBA player Sheldon Williams. After 8 years of marriage, he filed for divorce. She opted to pay him a lump sum of $400,000. This freed her from monthly child support payments. The couple agreed to share custody of their daughter. 4. Elizabeth Taylor, $1 million. Taylor's seventh and final husband was Larry Fertinsky. He was a construction worker she met in rehab. They married in 1991 and divorced in 1996. Fertinsky received $1 million in the settlement, but 3 years later, he suffered a drunken fall. He spent 6 weeks in a coma. Taylor immediately offered to send him $1,000 a month. She sent him $15,000, risking a foreclosure on her property. When Taylor died in 2011, she willed him $800,000.
No, she loved the man. It seemed like she loved the man. This one's a little bit of a tragedy.
3. Kate Winslet, $4 million. Winslet married Jim Threppleton in 1998. He was an assistant director on her film, Hideous Kinky. 1 child, and 3 years later, they finalized their divorce. Winslet was ordered to fork over a one-time payout of $4 million. 2. Jennifer Lopez, $14 million.
Holy. I know men lose way more money because there's a good chunk of men that are losing like hundreds of millions, but this is still a crazy amount of money in my eyes that we're getting from women.
J-Lo married her backup dancer, Chris Judd. In September 2001, the couple divorced. 9 months later, Lopez was worth around
9-month marriage? And he got 12 mil? Yeah, laws are fucked up. Either way, men or women. Holy shit.
$80 million at the time. She was forced to pay $14 million to Judd. However, this sum came with a catch. Judd had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. It prevents him from ever speaking publicly about their relationship. He'll keep getting
Hey, I'll shut the fuck up for $14 million. Fuck.
paid as long as he keeps his mouth shut. 1. Madonna, $92 million.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Oh, fuck me.
Madonna's marriage to Guy Ritchie ended after 9 years. The divorce settlement was supposed to be secret, but it was leaked to the press. The couple issued a statement, which read in part,
"The financial details of the settlement will remain private. Safe to say that both of us are happy with our agreement."
Ritchie received $92 million of Madonna's $450 million fortune.
In my 20 years of practicing divorce law, have I ever seen a woman turn down alimony? I have.
But they're strong and independent. They don't need no man. I'm sure a lot of them don't want to depend on a man, right?
Of one client who receives $45 in alimony, and she wants that money every single month. And when he doesn't pay the alimony for 1 or 2 months, she wants a 10% legal interest on that money. I've never seen women turn down alimony. In my 20 years,
Never seen women turn down the money, but yet women are strong and independent and don't need no man.
Although I have to tell you that, it's the last remaining feminist taboo. I got a lot of women paying alimony these days. I mean, women marry the handsome musician who's not successful or the artist, there's a lot, listen, it hasn't been,
The Chad, Ray Ray's and
there's
Pookies.
been a significant effort in our culture in the last decade, if anyone didn't notice, to improve the situation of women. If you have an equally qualified man and an equally qualified woman, the woman's the diversity hire, the man's not. So I have a lot of women who when they get told
Yeah, you don't think there's any advantage in the workplace, but there is, lady. He's a fucking lawyer. He just said it. They are diversity hires.
yeah, no, you got to give him half your shit. Or, oh no, you got to pay alimony because he makes $50,000 a year and you make $250,000. And they're like, you know, they could be the staunchest feminist in the world, and when you tell them they got to pay alimony, they're like, whoa, 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 he's a man. He's got a strong back. He can get out there and work. And then suddenly the whole, like, gender is a construct and there's no such thing, that goes right out the window when you got told you got to pay alimony.
What you think is the best isn't what it's always going to happen. Most people, especially women, choose men that make more than them. It is almost a requirement for most women.
That's like, nope, no. I believe in strict gender roles. Men should pay alimony. Women, even if you earn 10 times, you should not have to pay alimony. Although I have to
why would we want to follow you for divorce tips? Who the fuck needs divorce tips? You want marriage tips and how to keep your marriage together. Come on, people.
Should women be scared of the new Florida divorce law? Yes.
Baby,
no longer is there permanent alimony. The amount of alimony that you're going to get has been predetermined. The length of time that you are going to get alimony has been cut down. That's why married women should fear the new Florida divorce law. Should women...
You see that? Married women should fear this new divorce law instead of maybe you shouldn't get divorced.
Today on Family Law War Stories. Women pay alimony too. I once had this client, 5-year marriage, no kids. During the marriage, the husband decides to quit his 6-figure job and go be a scuba instructor at $30 an hour. 2 options: pay alimony, $900 a month for half the length of marriage, or to challenge it by imputing him income. It would involve hiring a vocational evaluator and paying $30,000 to $40,000 more in attorney's fees. To pay the alimony and just move on.
This is probably why people don't fight alimony so much. You're just paying more, and the chances of you winning is very unlikely.
Then alimony was tax deductible, so there was a benefit. She promised me the next time she gets remarried, she's gonna get a prenup waiving alimony. Today,
now prenup is a big deal. All women want prenups now when they're the ones that are going to lose all that money.
Women are increasingly becoming the primary breadwinner in the household, and calls to close the gap, close that gender pay gap, grow stronger. Those numbers are expected to increase. But with that comes an increasingly different side effect. And let's talk more about the divorce and alimony.
Yeah, and here to discuss is family law attorney Christopher Melcher of Walzer and Melcher. Thanks so much for coming back.
Thanks.
Always love having you here. Well, okay, so women pay more for child support and alimony. Are you seeing this in your practice?
We are. We're seeing about 40% of households have the woman as the primary breadwinner for that.
Oh, wow. 40%? That's pretty big.
Family. And it makes sense because if the woman has more income than the man, then she's going to stay at work while the husband or father is going to stay behind and take care of the child.
40%.
Which I feel is pretty fair.
I would say that is pretty good. Economically, I would assume that is the best decision. But let's talk about it. When a woman does make more money, does that cause a problem in the marriage?
It can, Colleen. I think there's some...
It's usually the number one cause of divorce is when, or the number one sign of divorce coming is when the woman out earns the man. So I would assume so.
Natural resentment anytime someone is out there working and the other is staying at home. But also just because of these gender stereotypes, this has been maybe the last and hardest one to break, where we feel a man should be out there working and providing and not receiving support from a woman, and that's hard for that couple to reconcile.
And what happens when a couple breaks up, unfortunately? What sort of problematic things do you see with the man making less than the woman?
So what'll happen is that the woman will have to continue supporting the man because he's now out of the workforce. He can't go back, and quickly he also has childcare responsibilities. So they may not have liked the arrangement before when they were married, but now after separation, she's going to have to continue supporting him at that same standard of living that they had.
Wow. So are any men kind of embarrassed to ask for the support?
It's funny that they only ask men if they're embarrassed to ask for support, but they never ask the women, and the women seem to never deny it either. And men deny it over pride.
There are. We're seeing that some men just will not receive support from a woman. Others will put that aside and just really realistically have no choice but to take the support.
Well, what kind of advice would you give couples that are, entering into a marriage and maybe she makes more, she has a potential to make more? What kind of advice do you give them?
I think looking at those causes of resentment and understanding the choices that they're making, that's what's best for the child, and to have that open and honest communication about the decisions that they made.
Gosh. It's incredible. But you know what? I know for people who are stay-at-home parents, I did it for like 2 years. It was the hardest job I ever had. So I feel like any person who really, they are entitled.
Hardest job you've ever had? Well, yeah, you're a news anchor, so I don't think your job is all too hard.
To a good income.
Yeah, it is very hard.
Yeah, so prenup, good idea?
Always.
Oh, now prenup's a good idea. But when the man want it, oh, we don't care about you. We only care about our money.
Okay, spoken from the true person who knows everything about that. Christopher Melcher, nice to have you again. Appreciate that. And I would be curious to see how many people, the woman makes more. Is that the divorce rate higher? It'd be really interesting to see that.
It is very interesting.
So next time, we'll check into that.
I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
Boom!
I have 3 children. Mark. You know what?
So, but you don't need a man.
I would never in a million years teach my girls